We have a very special guest speaker this afternoon, but before we get started, we need to do our invocation and pledge. Please pay close attention to the invocation you're about to hear today. It will be by Mustafa Munir, Somerville City, Bartlett County. Mustafa lives in Fishers, where he attends Fishers High School. Following the invocation, remain standing. Kyle Lawson from Somerville City, Bartlett County, will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Kyle lives in Decatur, Indiana, where he attends Belmont High School.
I would just like to preface this by saying that I'm not Christian, I'm Muslim, and I will start with a personal prayer, and obviously many of you don't have to join in on that, and I'll join in on an interfaith prayer right after that. So please bow your heads down, remove any hats if possible. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Thank you, God, or the gods you believe in, for the experiences we made today and in this week here at Hoosier Boys State. The education we've gotten from those like and not like us, those in our special schools and other county, state, and local representatives who have taught us and shaped us into the men who we are today on one of the last days of Hoosier Boys State. Hopefully all of us take the experiences we've learned and the friendships that we've gathered for the rest of our lives and the years to come. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Mary.
Good afternoon, Hoosier Boys State. So, once again, my name is Barry Tyler, and I'm the Assistant Dean with Bartlett County. And so, given my unique relationship with our guest speaker today, I have the distinct honor of introducing him. I can't believe this is my first time being able to introduce you, so I promise I'll keep it professional, at least mostly. Thomas Matthew McDermott Jr. is the 20th mayor of Hammond, Indiana, the 8th largest city in Indiana. He took office on January 1st, 2004, the first elected government office he held. After winning the general election in November 2015 for an unprecedented fourth term, McDermott became the longest serving mayor in Hammond's history. He is also running unopposed this year and will begin his historical fifth term in January. McDermott's father, Thomas McDermott Sr., was the 18th mayor of Hammond and served from 1984 to 1992. As a youngster, McDermott was born and raised by his mother in Northern California's Napa Valley and spent summers with his father back in Indiana. After graduating from Napa High School in California, McDermott joined the United States Navy. After 6 years in the Navy as a nuclear submariner aboard the USS HYMAN G. Rickover, he served as a nuclear electrician in the sub's reactor plant and passed the strenuous U.S. Navy dive school to become the ship's only diver. After protecting his country during the Persian Gulf War and receiving an honorable discharge, Tom moved back to the place he called home, Hammond. McDermott has 4 children and is married to Marissa McDermott, a Lake County judge and Hammond Precinct Committee woman, who additionally runs a private law practice. McDermott is also a baseball coach for the Indiana Outsiders travel team and an assistant coach for the Purdue Northwest Pride and former chairman of the Lake County Democratic Party. In 2005, McDermott was named a Sagamore of the Wabash, the highest honor bestowed upon a civilian by the governor of Indiana. Also in 2005, he was named deputy chairman of the Indiana Democratic Party, putting him at the center of state issues. In 2009, like I said, he was elected chairman of the Lake County Democratic Central Committee. McDermott is credited with creating the award-winning Hammond College-Bound Scholarship Program, something he is very proud of. The program provides a scholarship to Hammond's graduating seniors. This program has received national attention and has been awarded the U.S. Conference of Mayors City Livability Award in 2007 and 2016. Tom McDermott brings to office a combination of world experience and old-fashioned love for his roots. Together, these create a man who is bringing positive change to Hammond without forgetting what made the city great in the first place, its people. On a personal note, Mayor has been somewhat of a mentor and positive role model in my life since I was in high school. As a fellow Hammond native, I can tell you that he is a strong advocate for our city, his constituents, and for all of equality. He doesn't hold punches, and he lets you know exactly what he's thinking and feeling. That type of honesty in conjunction with his level of concern and character is what truly makes him a great leader. And I'm definitely looking forward to working alongside him to continue to improve the quality of life for residents in January when I take my seat on Hammond City Council. Gentlemen, without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Honorable Mayor of the great city of Hammond, Indiana, Mayor Tom M. McDermott, Jr.
Thank you, Gary. How you guys doing? My third year, I'm glad to be back to Hoosier Boys State. Good to see you all. I have to be on my best behavior because it's one of my new bosses, Barry. Councilman Barry, as we call him in Hammond now. You know, Barry Tyler probably took a lot of what you guys learned here at Boys State, took it back home to Hammond. I'm going to come down if you guys don't mind. Took it back to Hammond and took on a sitting councilman in our city that had been there for 16 years. And Barry went back to Hammond, took on that councilman. That councilman was tough to deal with. As mayor, tough to deal with the constituents, but he was powerful because he got into that position. And once you become an incumbent in office, it's hard to dislodge an incumbent. Well, Barry ran against him anyway and worked hard, used a lot of the principles that you guys use here at Hoosier Boys State, and he became elected to the next third district councilman in the city of Hammond. Can you guys give it up for Barry Tyler? Good to see you guys. Seems like after my introduction, I should just say, anybody have any questions? But it went through my life. I'm 50 years old now. It's hard to comprehend that I'm 50 years old. I always consider myself young, but I'm not young anymore. You guys are young. But I tell you, in my 50 years on this earth, I've learned a lot. I've been through ups, I've been through downs, just like you're going to be. Going through ups and going through downs. And I've learned how to deal with the ups and downs, and you know, I'm still ticking. I'm here at 50. I've been the longest serving mayor in my city's history. We've done great things to our city, and we have a lot more things to do. Just like you can do in your cities. You can. There's no doubt in my mind there's future congressmen, state reps, state senators, future mayors in this room. You're learning the principles right now about how to do that. And the coolest thing about being mayor, my opinion, let me tell you, I love baseball. Love baseball. My favorite. I coach baseball, I watch baseball, I think about baseball, and I go to sleep and I dream about baseball. The best sport ever created. I know you guys feel passionate about whatever you love, right? Mine's happens to be baseball. I remember one day I went out to, when I first became mayor, there was a school that had just been abandoned a couple years before. The city had to shut it down, the school city had to shut it down, and the neighbors were really worried about what was going to become of the school. And it was their abandoned. When I became mayor, I said, I'm going to buy that school. I'm going to put a world-class baseball facility there if I become mayor. And they said, yeah, that's what all you politicians say. You guys all have big plans and you never follow through. So I got elected mayor, and then I bought that school, and then I demolished that school, and I built a world-class baseball facility there, just like I said. And I tell you, it was funny. I was out there one night, I was coaching, and I was worried about my team, thinking we were going to lose, hoping my kids get a hit. And I sit in the parking lot one day, and I looked at the field. I actually stopped for a second. I said, there's a lot of kids out there right now. And I looked at the playground, jam-packed with people. And I got up and I walked to the concession stand. There's a line a mile long. Every field was busy. And parents are screaming, parents are pissed. Parents are arguing with the umpires. And I said, man, I did good. This is good. Because when I took over, this was an abandoned school, and everybody that lived here was worried about what it was going to become. And look at it now. There's probably 500 people out there that night enjoying themselves in our community. That's what it's about to be an elected official. Can you be a jerk? Can you do bad things? Of course, there's tons of them, right? But you can be the one that changes your city, or your district, or your state, or Washington, D.C., the quagmire there. There's somebody in this room that can fix that problem. So, I believe in this stuff. That's why when I was invited 3 years ago to speak to Hoosier Boys State, I gladly accepted, and that's why every year I continue to do so. My brother and I have to stay on, by the way, my brother Aaron McDermott, can you guys give it up for him? He's my bodyguard, you know? I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's why we make the trek out here and talk to you guys. So, sometimes I talk about, I give a lot of different speeches, but I tell you, when I was your age, I think if you were to talk to my high school instructors and said, you know, that guy's going to be the mayor someday, they would have said, what? That guy? Okay? If you were to talk to my math instructor and said, this guy's going to be a lawyer one day, they would have said, what? Because I wasn't exemplary as a student. So I did the smartest thing in my entire life that I ever did, was when I graduated high school, I joined the United States Navy, right out of high school. 18 years old, I signed up for 6 years, and I put myself in a real hard nuclear power training program, which was real hard. You had to be a good student. I was always a good student. I always had the intelligence. I just didn't have the discipline to get the A's and B's. You know, I could get a C, I could get a B, but I tell you, it was hard work to get A's and B's, and I wasn't interested in high school in doing that. Well, good for me, when you went in the Navy, they didn't really give you the option about whether or not you wanted to study for this test. They sort of had, you know, fear hanging over your head. If I would have failed out of that school, they would have sent me into the fleet with no job. And when you're in the Navy and you have no job, they'll find stuff for you to do. Somebody's got to clean toilets. Somebody's got to do the laundry and the dishes. Somebody's got to chip the paint on the side of the ship. You don't want to go to the Navy without a job. So when I got to nuclear power school, it was hard stuff coming at me. And I was scared that I was going to fail out. Because I was surrounded by a bunch of other smart people that were also scared. So I tell you, I never had stress and fear like I had when I got in the Navy. And it really helped me a lot. Because I graduated. I wasn't top of my class. I wasn't bottom of my class. I was always remarkably average. I got out of there. And then they said, well, what do you want to do? You want to go on a surface ship? Or do you want to go to a submarine? I said, well, what's going to take for? They said, submarine. I said, sign me up. Extra $100 a month. That's where I want to be. So I got sent to a fast attack nuclear submarine out of Norfolk, Virginia. And that's where I stayed the next 4 years of my life. Electrician in the nuclear power plant, which was interesting, learned a lot. And then on the side, I became a ship diver. I was in dive school with a bunch of recon Marines and, you know, all these special forces guys, and then a couple submarines, because each submarine has to have one qualified diver. Well, that was me. I also got that when I got to for doing that. See, I'm a capitalist. You say, give me an extra $100, I'll do it, whatever it is, right? That was how I lived my life in the Navy. But for 6 years in the United States Navy, 4 years on a submarine, I started finding out who I was. I started saying, you know what? We could have done a lot better in high school. You know what? If we would have done better in high school, you'd probably gone to college. I was meeting these officers in the Navy. Officers. Difference between an officer and an enlisted. Officer's the boss. So what's the big difference in the military? Does anybody know? What does an enlisted do when they see an officer in the military? What? How you doing, sir? Morning, man. Hi, sir. How's it going? I had a chief on my boat that had 30 years in the Navy. We had a brand new officer walk on the boat. This guy just got out of college. Brand new officer walk on the boat. There's that master chief, 30 years in the Navy. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the boat. I'm like, wow. This master chief has been underwater for 15 years of his life, and when that brand new college graduate walks onto the sub, the master chief has to salute him. Say, how you doing, sir? You want to talk to me or something? I'll go get it for you right now. I find that hard to believe. I was like, wow. Going to college really means that much? So the fact that I didn't go to college means I'm never going to get saluted in the Navy. Means I'm never going to be a boss in the Navy. So to me, and I would meet these officers, they were nothing special. They weren't like geniuses. They're like, I know more about this submarine than this person does, and they're my boss. Why? Because they went to college. It's that simple. They could have been bottom of their class. They went to college, they're better than McDermott. So I said, damn. If I would have just tried a little bit harder in high school, I could have got into a good college. I get a job, because I had a family, I had 2 kids, 24, at the time, young dad. Joined a full-time job, and I signed up for school full-time to do North Park. I got a 4.0 every semester except for like 2. 2 semesters I got B's. I ended up graduating with a 3.95 GPA. And I'm not asking for applause. I'm not asking for you to say, well, I want you to know something. I didn't get smarter in the Navy. I didn't take intelligence pills to make me do better in school. The Navy taught me how to try. That's it. The Navy taught me if you work hard and you take a test, you'll get a good grade. When I was in high school and I'd see people in upper algebra classes or trigonometry classes and they were getting A's, I would tell myself, they're just smart. They're smarter than me. It has nothing to do with my lazy butt. It's because you're smarter than me. That's why you got an A, that's why I got a B, because you're smarter than me, right? It was a really easy cop-out. And then when I was in college and I was getting A's, I would hear other people with the cop-out to me. McDermott, what'd you get on that test? I got an A. What'd you get? C? But then again, McDermott, you're super smart and I'm not. I was like, that's interesting. I've heard that someplace before, right? So anyway, I got out of Purdue, I had a good GPA, I was really confident, I had a good record in the Navy, you know. I signed up for law school at the University of Notre Dame, which was the most amazing thing ever. I got accepted. Got to go to Notre Dame Law School, got to meet a lot of good people, got to realize I'm not that special. Got to realize I'm not that special. The world doesn't revolve all around. There's a lot of people that are smarter than me. There's a lot of people that are more talented than me. There's a lot of people that work way harder than me. I learned that at Notre Dame. I graduated with the 3.0, and I was like, yes! 3.0 is fine in this school, right? I could have gone to a smaller school and done better. I went to a bigger school and fought my butt off to get a 3.0. So then, like Barry, like we were talking about earlier, I moved back to Hammond, Indiana, and I see an opportunity in politics that doesn't present itself very often. There's a mayor's race coming up, and by all appearances, the mayor at the time was vulnerable. My father had been mayor of Hammond before, so it wasn't preposterous for me to say I wanted to run for mayor, and I did. I was 34 years old when I became mayor. I was 32 when I announced I was going to run for mayor. I'd only lived in Hammond for a couple years. I had just started practicing law 2 years earlier, and I'm running for mayor. And I tell you, nobody gave me a chance. Nobody thought I was going to do it, but I was determined, man. I'm going to win this thing. I'm not in it for a job. I'm not in it to take second place. I'm in it to become the next mayor. And I was obsessed for like a year and a half. Just every day, just grinding. Sundays, grinding. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, just grinding, going everywhere. Getting doors slammed in my face. Getting told I'm a dumbass. Getting told a lot of things. I just kept my eyes on the prize. When I was 34, I was elected the youngest mayor in Hammond's history, and I've been there ever since. And now I'm the longest serving mayor in Hammond's history. I still like to think we're doing great things. I still like to work in the public. I still like to rebuild our city. It's a good job for me because Hammond's a 135-year-old city. Needs to be rebuilt. So that's a little bit about my story. And I'm not bragging. I think one of the things, I read about historical figures a lot, and the reason I like to read about historical figures is because it's good to know other people and how they got places, right? If you want to be a pro baseball player, read about other pro baseball players and compare, and you're like, wow, that guy and I have a lot of similarities, right? I do that with historical figures all the time. So anyway, I think it's important for you to hear like how people make it to the place. I know you got to talk to 3 mayors this week, which is awesome. I know Mayor Hickman very well, great guy. He's been mayor a long time also, by the way. And I tell you, I'm really impressed with you guys. And I want to congratulate you for taking a week out of your summer to come out here to Hoosier Boys State and to talk about policy and to elect your peers to governors and mayors. And I just think the whole thing's real cool. So anyway, does anybody have any questions? I hope I didn't bore you too much. No questions. Who's from the region in here? I know there's a young man from Hammond in here. Where are you? He's cutting, isn't he? There it is. What's up, buddy? I know this young man's grandpa very well. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, didn't mean to embarrass him. So anyway, nobody has any questions about anything? Yes, sir. Thank you. Great question. My first race, I was running against an incumbent mayor. and I beat him by 2 percentage points, which was close. And then I ran for re-election 4 years later, and I only won by 500 votes my second election. So then for the next 4 years, I heard McDermott's weak. McDermott's vulnerable. And the same guy that lost to me by 500 votes ran against me in that election. I had 80% of the vote. 4 years later, I had 80% of the vote. In this election, I have no opponent in the primary or the general. So like the thing is, people are happy, which is nice. When people are upset, you feel it. You feel it. It's like people, like you say, hey, how's it going at the grocery store? And they're like, jerk. You know, like, you'd be surprised. People are not shy. If they're pissed off at the mayor, they let the mayor know. Yeah, but good question. That's the hardest part. And I've been around long enough now, and this is something Councilman Barry is going to have to get used to. Councilman Barry is on top of the world right now. Everybody loves Barry, right? Yeah! Everybody loves Barry. Right now, Barry's going, how the heck did I become the subject of the mayor's speech, right? So Barry's going to get sworn in and take office, and then he's going to start making decisions, and then he's going to realize not everybody loves me anymore. And I realized that 15 years ago. And now I start to categorize people in my own head. It's good for me. So let's say this young man walks up to me. He's got a big problem with Mayor McDermott and a decision I made, and maybe he's unprofessional with me. And he's like, you know, I think you stink as a mayor, and I'd never vote for you again, and neither will my family. And I'm like, I'm in my happy place in my head first off. I'm like at Wrigley Field, enjoying myself, right? And then he walks off, and then you have to justify what just happened to you. So I'm like, this young man is part of the 30% that just hates everything I do. And I just sort of categorize him so that I could live with myself. Because if you let that get you, you have no place in politics. I dare say, when you guys are electing people this week, I dare say, because I know politics pretty well, there's some politics going on right now in this room. I want to run for governor. I'm not voting for that guy. I think that guy's a jerk. I like this other guy running for governor, right? But the other guy kissed his butt too much. I don't want that guy, right? That's politics. That's the kind of crap I deal with every single day of my life. Except for you have to know, I'm doing the right thing. Sometimes the right thing is the hard thing to do, but I'm going to stick to my guns because I'm doing the right thing. By the way, I love your governor. I met him earlier. See him right there. I just mentioned governor. So, yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, somebody back. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. What's the biggest issue facing us in Hammond? The biggest issue, if I could solve one problem, it would be the crime. And it's not an issue just related to Hammond, although our next door neighbor to the west is Chicago. Pretty, south side of Chicago is the violent side. So sometimes that bleeds over and we have to deal with it, but that's definitely the best thing I could do as mayor is try to control the crime rate. Good question. Yeah, bud. Yeah. Good question. So if you know that the people that are complaining to you, you can't take care of their problem, I got a situation like that right now. I shut down a road that connects us to a neighborhood in Illinois. I shut it down for a lot of reasons. But the main reason I shut it down is it's become a shortcut for thousands of cars every day. So the thing is, there's thousands of people that love this shortcut. The ones that hate it are the 150 or so people that live right by it. Because suddenly, this sleepy little road is turned into like a highway. And cars are going all the time, going right by your house, throwing stuff out of their cars, right? Running into their side mirrors, knocking them off. Like suddenly, your sleepy little neighborhood has become a highway. So the mayor comes along and says, I'm shutting this road down. And Chicago media covered. I'm like, I'm shutting it down. This road has become a highway. It's not a shortcut to Illinois. This is what I'm doing. And let me tell you, if I took a poll out of 5,000 people in Hammond, 4,000 people would be pissed off that I shut the road down. But I am like, the 1,000 people who I saved their neighborhood love me. They're like, thank God you're not listening to the majority, because the majority are the ones that are ruining our neighborhood, right? You need to represent the minority sometimes as well. So in a case, and this is going on right now, some of the gray hair I have is because of this issue, and I'm fighting for that neighborhood. So sometimes you got to do what's right, and it may not necessarily be the popular thing. But that's a great question. Yeah, buddy. Thank you. I'll be honest. Well, first off, being the longest serving mayor is really cool. Being the youngest mayor and being the longest serving mayor, but it's something that like 10 people know about, me and my wife and my kids and a few other people, right? So at the end of the day, it's nice, but it's not like it's going to be something 100 years from now. People are like, hey, do you remember Tom McDermott? Nobody's going to know who that guy am 100 years from now, right? If I stay mayor. So, but being unopposed for your 5th term, that's awesome. I mean, all my buddies are running. Councilman Barry's running. All the council people. And I'm just like, la-di-da. I got nothing. Which is nice. I love it. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather have nothing than be running for my life right now. So thank you. Yes, sir. In the back. Yes, sir. Mayor Pete. I would love to. But I think it's a big jump. Mayor Pete's trying to do something that's never been done before. And he's a friend of mine, right? And him and I know each other, like each other. We follow each other on Twitter, but our politics are a lot different. I think if I ran in Indiana, I'd have a better chance than Mayor Pete in Indiana because of the politics in Indiana, right? He's a little more liberal than I am. I'm more down the middle. But would I ever want to run for high office, like president one day? I think it'd be awesome. I'm not saying I'd win, but I think Pete's going through something. It's amazing. It's amazing for me, and I'm his friend, to watch somebody you know, and I like pick up the Wall Street Journal, and he's on the front page. That's weird. But he's a great guy. He's very, very smart, as we've all learned. But yeah, that's really cool. Thanks for the question. Yeah, bud. Thank you. I love that you asked that question. I want to be normal. I think that's why I'm still around. It's like when I see people in the store, I'm not dressed like this. I got my baseball hat on. I got my flip-flops on. I'm like, hey, what's up, Joe? And they're like, hey, Mayor. Right? Like, damn, Mayor's got flip-flops on, right? I think that's what people want to see nowadays. I don't like stuffy politicians. When I meet and I've met plenty of stuffy politicians in my life. Governor Holcomb and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of issues. One of his big strengths, how many people in here have met Governor Holcomb? One of Governor Holcomb's huge strengths is he's normal. He's cool, right? He's not like, I'm the governor, how dare you say that kind of stuff. He's not like that. He's just normal. That's how I want to be. I want to be approachable. Sometimes that sucks because sometimes people approach you and say stuff you don't want to hear, but that's my whole purpose in life. And I appreciate you asking that. Yeah, buddy. Sure. Awesome. 2 awesome questions. Hardest part of the campaign trail was going back to the question earlier. What do you do when somebody's rude to you? Plenty of people are rude to you. Plenty of people lie about you. People call at the radio station. I've been thrown out of a baseball game twice in my life. Since I've been mayor, once. And that was well warranted, by the way. It was a race issue, okay? Let me just leave it there, okay? So I know when I got tossed out of a baseball game. All right? I know who tossed me out. I know where it happened. I know the circumstances it happened under, right? And then I hear this guy the other day calls up the radio station, a lot of people listen to, and says, I'm an umpire in baseball. I know Mayor McDermott. He coaches baseball, and everybody knows that. I've thrown this guy out of so many games. He's the biggest jerk I've ever met on the field. And I'm like, that one got me. I'm like, I pride myself on being a gentleman on the baseball field. Calming my coaches down, which is usually my biggest job, even though you got screwed. I pride myself on that. I know when I got tossed out of a baseball game, and it wasn't to that guy. He just lied. And he lied about me on a radio station heard by thousands of people. And you got to eat it. What's the worst thing I could do? Call up the radio station? That's a lie. That's a damn lie. Make them take it back. That's the worst thing you could do because then they'll do it again. So I act like it doesn't faze me. And then I go home and cry. I'm just kidding. And then the second question, toughest part of my job is it's impossible. I have 81,000 bosses. It's impossible to make everybody happy, but you come to grips with that real early. For the governor, it's impossible to make everybody happy. You cannot make everybody in this room happy, I promise you. Your job is to make 51% of them happy. That's a good thing to know when you're in office. My job is to make 51% of the people happy. I'm doing better than that, Hammond. I'm getting more like 75, 80%, but you got to make 51%. And if you can't do that, bye-bye. Find another job. Yes, sir. Guns, for sure, in my opinion. Abortion, guns, those are issues I try to avoid. I don't need to talk about them because I'm just a mayor, okay? Mayors are nonpartisan. I mean, I'm a Democrat. I have buddy Republican mayors, but we don't talk about the Republican way to plow snow. We don't, that's a Republican way. Us Democrats, we plow snow differently. We start from the side and work to the middle. No, we plow the same way. It doesn't matter what party you're from. Yeah, bud. Well, it depends. Great question. Hammond was known, in the 50s and 60s as a place where you bought a suit in a bustling downtown, a bustling retail sector. America's changed since then. So and I constantly have to explain this to my residents because I have residents who remember downtown Hammond. I used to get a suit down there. Can you open up a store that gives me a suit? Well, we didn't have malls back then. We didn't have Amazon where you could order something and have it delivered right to your house. Things have changed, right? So my job is to sell people on the new vision of downtown, right? So, but that's the thing is like reining in people's expectations is a big part of my job. Good question. Yeah, bud. Mr. Governor. Let me tell you something. In my life, in my 15 years, the best thing that has happened is we rely less on the media now because we have social media, which is even the playing field. When I first became mayor, you'd hear this stuff. That newspaper reporter misquoted me. I didn't say that. That guy misquoted me. Happens. But now if you get misquoted, I just go right to social media. I have 15,000 people that follow me. I can say, this reporter doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. This is what I said. This is what he printed. You decide. Nobody likes that, right? So that's the cool thing is social media has leveled the playing field. Yeah, okay. No, I'm glad you asked that. So the traditional media is the one that's struggling now. Okay, I probably only have time for another question or two, right? Yes, sir. Let's go. I'm glad you guys are asking questions. Yeah. Probably college bound. Okay. I mean, I'll probably be recognized for college bound. I've helped 4,000 kids go to college, which is awesome. Pretty cool. I get really nice letters written to me. It's probably the best thing I'll ever do in my whole life. Okay. Hopefully, one day I get to higher office and I could do things for more people, right? And hopefully, going back to this guy's question earlier, if I do get elected to higher office, hopefully I'm still approachable and humble, and that's important to me, being humble. I think it's real important for anybody. Yeah, bud. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Great question, especially when you're a 34-year-old running for mayor, right? So when people said, why should we vote for Tom McDermott Jr. for mayor? Why? Because his daddy was mayor? Heard that a lot, right? No, don't do it just because his dad was mayor. Do it because he was in the Navy in a submarine for 6 years. Do it because he was a Navy diver. Do it because he went to Purdue Cal and went to Notre Dame Law School. So what that did for me was give people a reason why. Because everybody wants to talk about why not, but you have to have something to counter it with. So like when I talk to young kids, they go, do you have to go to college to be mayor? I said, no. You don't even have to graduate high school to be mayor. But it helps, obviously, right? If I'm a high school dropout and I'm running for mayor, and I say, I'm going to balance the city's books. And they say, you didn't even pass high school, man. How are you going to balance the city's books? And they're like, I'm pretty good at math, though, right? Doesn't work, right? Yeah, but Cubs, for sure. I'm a Chicago Cubs fan. I went to Game 6 and Game 7 of the World Series. My brother and I went to Game 7 of the World Series. I love baseball, though. I can watch anything. I love Notre Dame football. I went to Notre Dame Law School. But anyway, love Hoosier Boys State. I'm looking forward to coming back next year and speaking again. I probably went too long today. So I want to thank everybody. I want to congratulate you for being here. And I'm looking forward to working with you just like I'm working with Councilman Berry next year. Thanks, guys. See you.
And of course, Aaron, can you come up? Aaron, can you come up here too? We have a couple Hoosier Boys State staff shirts for both of you.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Who wants to hear from Andy?
We'll sing the Hoosier Boy State song before we get out of here. Maybe. Do you guys still need the words? Okay. Let's try to do it without the words tomorrow, huh? All right, here we go. Indiana is our state.
Oh, whoa. Guess what?
What? State, we come from far and near, from north and south and east and west, so hear our lusty cheer. Hoosier Boy State, Hoosier Boy State, we are one and all for you. We will fight for, we will strive for all the things we pledge to do. Ever faithful, and will always be true blue. All the rules of right we will follow, honor bright. Hoosier Boy State, we're for you. All right. Okay. All right. We'll practice it again tonight before the talent show. How about that? So the schedule the rest of the day, right now is your athletic period. Dinner, Group A is at 4:15, I believe. No softball. 4:30. There's no we already played the softball championship, so there's no softball like it says on the schedule. So after dinner, we will step off at 7 o'clock to come over here. So be ready at your dorm around 6:15. 6:45. To give 15 minutes. Anything else?